and pressed him about his relationship with the missing woman. Chandra Levy's parents arrived at the 2nd District Station a little after 10 this morning and met with officials, investigators, and the FBI for about 3 hours. Susan Levy says she's satisfied with what the police are doing to find her daughter, and she made this plea.
Anybody that hears any kind of clues, please get in touch with the hotline. All I want is my daughter to come home.
Mrs. Levy says her daughter was not under any stress and was looking forward to going home to California for graduation. D.C. police say the Levys gave them new leads to follow.
But the Levys were able to provide us with certain information, such as types of clubs she may have gone to, theaters, things of this nature, art shows, and what have you. So, yeah, that could be very helpful, and we're going to have to follow through on those.
Police are also focusing on California Congressman Gary Condit. Sources tell Fox 5 detectives met with Condit face-to-face earlier this week to discuss his relationship with Chandra Levy. He told investigators the relationship was not romantic, and he was only trying to help her. Condit has pledged to raise $10,000 for the reward fund. Levy was a frequent visitor to the congressman's office, but he says they were just friends. Police have searched her apartment several times, and sources say they have found no evidence of a struggle or anything that would suggest foul play. The last 2 weeks have been very tough for Chandra's parents.
I can't believe I'd be here talking like this and about my daughter, my precious daughter. I just want her back. I just want her back alive.
Now, sources also tell Fox 5 tonight that D.C. police plan on leaving no stone unturned in this investigation. They plan on using subpoenas and search warrants to get Chandra's phone records and email records from her job at the Federal Bureau of Prisons. In addition, they want to look at her bank records. Also, sources say they are not leaving out the possibility of searching the congressman's apartment in Adams Morgan. Now, we have a phone number we want to tell you about. It's a phone number to call if you do know anything about this case. Call D.C. Police at 202-282-0043. That's D.C. Police if you have anything on this case, 282-0043. Tracy?
All right, thank you, Paul. Democratic Congressman Gary Condit represents the district where the Levys live in California. We tried to get a comment from the congressman today, but he had nothing to say.
Another family that knows all too well the ordeal the Levys are going through is now reaching out to offer support. The circumstances surrounding the disappearance of Joyce Chiang 2 years ago are similar to those in the Chandra Levy case. Both women vanished from DuPont Circle, and that's where Fox 5's Jeannie Ohm picks up the story tonight. Jeannie?
Mike, an FBI spokesman says when they first learned of Chandra Levy's disappearance from DuPont Circle, Joyce Chiang's case did cross their minds along with some other unsolved cases. But they say without knowing what happened to Chandra, they're not making any connections. You know, if you recall, it was just a few years ago that a similar flyer, but with Joyce's picture, was being distributed in this very same neighborhood. And now Joyce's family is reaching out to Chandra's family.
As the search for Chandra Levy continues, the 24-year-old's mysterious disappearance has brought back painful memories for the family and friends of another young woman.
It's very eerie, very similar, and it's scary, you know, to find now another woman missing.
INS attorney Joyce Chiang vanished without a trace back in January 1999 after she stopped off at this DuPont Circle coffee shop. For weeks, people distributed thousands of flyers throughout Chiang's neighborhood. Her body was recovered 4 months later from the Potomac River in Fairfax County. Adding to the mystery, her belongings were found near the Anacostia River.
There's no question in her family and friends' mind that this was a murder and that Joyce was taken from us. And that, I think, has been hard to reconcile because she was loved by so many people.
I've spoken to the FBI in the past couple of months.
To this day, Roger Chiang also believes his sister was a victim of foul play. The FBI says it's still an open investigation. But with his sister's case still unresolved 2 years later, Chiang says it's troubling to know another family is now agonizing over where their loved one could be.
Her folks, like my mom and my family, when we went through this, are rightly so concerned about this. So we need to really do everything that we can and rally the DuPont community, just like they rallied for me and my family and my sister during her disappearance. And hopefully we'll bring Chandra home to her family.
Roger Chiang says he's been in touch with Chandra's friends, and they're now in the process of trying to organize a vigil for this Saturday. He says he's also been talking with some of Joyce's friends to see if they'll help pass out flyers, since most of Chandra's friends are back in California. Live in DuPont Circle, I'm Jeannie Ohm, Fox 5 News.
Thank you, Jeannie. Now, if you would like to help in the search for Chandra Levy, you can call 1-888-813-8389 or log on to fox5dc.com and click on 10 p.m. news links.